My name is Greg Dragolin. I started skydiving not so recent ago. In 2007, I made my first jump. As I would say, probably for most people I know, skydiving was kind of like accidental discovery. For me, I discovered that in my late age when I was already went through the college, work, family, all this nice things that people said over the period of time. Um, and yeah, skydiving is just something that I started by accident. And it was actually an interesting story how I started. I was working out in the gym, taking care of myself, trying to maybe do a little bit better for my health and do stuff like not like a regular people do. And a friend of mine, he actually was my gym coach, and he was my personal instructor. And he mentioned something about, hey, Greg, when I was in the college, I went to that place in Archway, which is just down south in Missouri. It was a cool place. I was doing a few skydives. I'm like, skydive, interesting. Maybe I should go and check it out. Yeah, one day I called him up and I went down there. It's maybe a little odd for people who skydiving in this area to know that the person who started skydiving, who lived in this area, went to skydive like 4 hours from here, down to Missouri area, to this little drop zone no one even knew about. Maybe people who like jump at that drop zone or the area knew about this drop zone. But for me, it was just a reference from a friend. And I like, okay, I didn't know better. And I like, okay, I call him up. I said, okay, I want to schedule my tandem. And actually, I went there by myself. Nobody else knew about this. And I was just like, okay, I just want to experiment, try it. And when I got there, I filled out the forms, all the regular stuff. It was unexpected. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what it's all about. And I went out on a jump. And actually, my tandem master at that time was Gary Peak, who was one of the Midwest regional directors of the USPA board. And I didn't know anything about it. I learned it later on in my skydiving career when I started jumping about this stuff. But that was kind of interesting. So I went my first jump. I landed, and as soon as I landed, I said, yes, I want to go again. Let's go again. So that's how I started. So next weekend, I signed up for the school. I did the static line school at Archway, went to the static line program, and that's how my skydiving career started. And I met very few interesting people down that place. I actually met Lewis Sanborn at that place, and I did a jump, and there was probably about like 60 jumps on my belt or something. So we did nice, I think maybe like 12 way or something. So, but that was interesting. So that probably one of the interesting part of how I started skydiving. The other interesting part of my life, which is my current passion of what I'm doing now, because I have approximately, right now I have approximately about 1,500 jumps, started skydiving like 6 years ago. And most of those jumps were not just the regular Bailey jumps, four-way jumps, free fly jumps, but the wingsuit jumps. That's something that I feel more passionate about as my skydiving career, because I like to fly wingsuit. I like to see more people learning and start flying wingsuits. One of the things that I do currently at Skydive Chicago, I have a training school for the people who wants to start learning wingsuit flying. And I do it regularly on the weekends. Obviously it's not my primary job, but I have it like a more fun job than my other job. So one of the interesting way, it's like also accidental. I was at 2008 or 2009, I was at the boogie at Skydive City, just first time visiting Skydive City, never been there before, just decided, okay, I'm gonna go and see what it is. I was at the manifest and just kind of like checking stuff, checking waivers and doing like regular checkups and first time arrival. And I got this guy who's also has a nickname Purple Mike. I know he's kind of like an interesting individual within the skydiving community and mostly wingsuit community. So I got this guy, Purple Mike. I didn't know his name or anything at that time. Just kind of bumping into me, just running to me and like stopping. And I'm looking at him, he's looking at me, and he's like a little pause, and he's saying, "Do you want to do wingsuit jump?" I said, "Okay, why? What's the wingsuit?" Okay. He said, "Stop by the birdhouse, and we'll put you in a wingsuit." Later on, I find out why he was running to me. He actually thought I'm someone else I look like. So one of the guys, he like jumped the wingsuit, and he like was running to me just to get me on the loads with him to jump. And I'm looking at him, he's looking at me like, all right, what do I do? Who is this person? Who is this guy who comes to me? It's like offering me wingsuit jump. I'm like, I have no idea. So that's how I started my wingsuit jumping career. And I did most of my jumps as a wingsuit jumps, so probably over 1,000 wingsuit jumps now on. So that's another kind of interesting wingsuit story, how I started wingsuiting. It's kind of similar to where I started skydiving. It's kind of accidental discovery, but I've been doing that since then. So we'll see what else is going to come up along, and maybe some other story, some other time.
And the things that you love about Skydive Chicago?
The thing that I like about Skydive Chicago, okay, one of the things that I like about Skydive Chicago, that's the whole group of people who actually passionate about the sport, and they want to see the sport succeed. It's not just like about the old, yeah, this very great place. The oldest tiki bar, people who come here for different reasons could find something to do here, not just the skydivers. It's just like, good place to also bring the family if they want to watch or if they want to go to the pond to do some other activities around the drop zone. So it's not just the drop zone people, but it's just a group of people who really, close together, and they really take care of each other. And sometimes in skydiving, I hear like the people come from the smaller drop zone. They like, oh, we're like smaller drop zone. We're like more family than you, the big commercial drop zone. Yes, we're a big commercial drop zone, but in reality, if you jump here, you really see that it's not just the commercial drop zone, but it's also a group of the people who are really close and they take care of each other. So that's what I like about Skydive Chicago.
Спасибо, Greg.
Пожалуйста.